This stream will begin in time. Thank you for your patience. Grab a drink, sit back, and explore the paranormal with us. Welcome to the Necromancer Live Show. This stream will begin in time. Thank you for your patience. Grab a drink, sit back, and explore the paranormal with us. Welcome to the Necromancer Live Show. This stream will begin in time. Thank you for your patience. Grab a drink, sit back, and explore the paranormal with us.
Yeah, she's home.
Welcome to the Necromancer Live Show. This stream will begin in time. Thank you for your patience. Grab a drink, sit back, and explore the paranormal with us. Welcome to the Necromancer Live Show. This stream will begin in time. Thank you for your patience. Grab a drink, sit back, and explore the paranormal with us. Welcome to the Necromancer Live Show. This stream will begin in time. Thank you for your patience. Grab a drink, sit back, and explore the paranormal with us.
As far back as I can remember, I dreamt of a normal life. A life filled with normal things. A life where monsters don't live in closets or under the bed. A life where ghosts aren't real. I just wanted to be normal. But that didn't happen. It wasn't meant to be. Since my early 20s, I have experienced profound paranormal events that would change my life. Extreme poltergeist activity, living amongst those that have departed this earth in ways unimaginable. It has affected my loved ones and children with no end in sight. I could hear things, see things, and feel things not of this world. I asked myself if this was a gift or a curse. With the help of my mother and close friends, I emerged a paranormal investigator. Since 2013, I have been on a relentless journey to learn about the paranormal. I invite you to follow me into the unknown. Welcome to the Necromancer Live Show.
Good evening
and welcome to the Necromancer Live Show. I'm your host, Justin Brown. Thank you for joining us this evening. We are joined by a man that needs no introduction. His name's Josh, the builder of the lights. We're going to have a 2-hour hangout. I hope you guys are ready for this because you know how it can go. Ain't that right, Josh?
That's right. As soon as I can find the unmute button.
It's there, dude. Just hit buttons. Just hit buttons. That's what I do. How are you doing? You're under the weather.
A little bit. It's allergies, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's that time of year for them to start getting stupid. Mm-hmm. We have Landon Wells, Bill Davis, JoJo on YouTube. I'm not familiar with JoJo. Might be a new viewer. Not today, Satan. Not today. And yeah, I guess Missy had finally twisted your arm hard enough to get you on here. You're in the new shop.
I am.
Right?
I am. Yep.
So give everyone updates. Everyone wants to know about your life, your secrets, all the private stuff.
I can't tell secrets. But do have some new things. Two things that are new I don't have here to show because I've sold them. But I can talk about them and explain them. And I do have some lights here I can show if people are not familiar with what I build. You even have one that we'll show tonight that there's only one of. It's a prototype right now, but
I have to look around. Where do I have that sitting? I think it's in this case. I have to dig it out. That's no problem though.
We'll have to show that. So the new stuff is based on motion sensors, and I believe we went with calling it Motion by Deadlite. There is 2 different models. One is a motion sensor string, and the other one is a motion sensor panel, and they both use 2 different kinds of motion sensors. One is I guess they are both a PIR sensor, but the one sensor is a little larger, and it's connected to a string of LEDs. You get 5 of them, and then of course 5 strings of LEDs, and they are wired so that you can split the string up. You have extra batteries, battery packs, and you can separate them and divide them up and put them in separate areas, or you can combine them all and run them down a hallway, or even some of the ones I've sold to customers, they are wanting to sit in a chair in like a center of the room and have the sensors all around them, and they sit in a chair and then they have the sensors that surround them pointing out. So in case something would trigger one of those, you could kind of know a direction if an event occurred. But these motion sensors, the motion sensor string and the motion sensor panel, I mean, they're designed to be used with other equipment. So digital recorders, even EMF if you choose, but cameras, all that stuff. So you want something and that would help to, I guess I can't really say validate, but a strange occurrence. You don't want just a motion sensor to trigger and that's it. You want a motion sensor to trigger and maybe EVP, maybe footsteps or something like that. And then maybe something on camera, or you want to catch all that on camera. You want to catch the motion string to the motion sensor coming on. And the panel is same concept, but a lot smaller. There's 4 sensors and then a short LED string. But the sensors are close proximity. So you have to be within 3 or 4 inches to actually activate or trigger the motion sensor to turn on the string of LEDs that are connected to that specific sensor. And they're staggered. So you have a motion sensor on, say, the left side, but the next row down, it's on the right side. So it just kind of zigzags. I didn't want them all in one area. I wanted them to kind of spread out on the panel so that single ones can be triggered at any time. But again, the same thing with that. You want a camera on it. You want digital recorders, that kind of stuff around it, so that you can have a combination of things that are triggered at that same moment. So basically, they are meant for areas that you are going to walk away and leave alone. So technically, if you leave them in a hallway or in a room, however you set them up, and you leave them alone, technically they should never come on because they're left untouched. You're not going into that room. So technically they should never turn on. So it's not something that you want to, that you're going to sit there and watch. You want to leave a camera on it because it could get very boring.
Mm-hmm. So we don't have photos of these devices online anywhere, do we?
Brandon Johnson took a photo. Let me see. I can send that to you.
I can, if it's on his Facebook, I can look at it. But if not,
he posted or not, I think he sent me a picture that he took, and it was kind of like a setup.
Okay.
Like an advertising kind of thing. Here, I'll send you this group of pictures, and you can pick through that, and then I'll send you the other one that he sent me.
Okay, I see Sam Thomas has joined us. What's up, Sam? What's up, Supernatural Lost Adventures? What's going on? Okay, let's
You're
see.
taking my job, dude.
I'm just saying hi. I'm just saying hi. I'm just trying to do live streaming things. I don't have a way for them to. I don't have a share screen set up for it. Unfortunately.
Are you able? Oh, I was going to say, if you pull it up on Messenger on your computer, I don't know if you can bring it up that way.
I don't have a scene set up for it. I mean, I can add it on the fly if you want to keep talking.
Sure. The other one of the other things, I don't know if I can reach it or not. Hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh. Man, he slammed that headphones down real hard. That's hilarious. Okay, let's go. Window capture. Okay. Messenger. That's what we want.
Josh, you're supposed to lay them down, not throw them down.
I don't.
Sorry. I'm constantly testing things out by throwing them down.
Why is it not showing me my shit on Messenger? It's just a black screen. I don't get it.
So this other thing, I did send you a picture of it too, so you can display that too, because I've made two different kinds. Well, they're the same thing. They're just two different customized things. But if you have that pulled up there, go ahead and talk about that.
Let's see here. Let me go back to here. Viewer. Okay. So yeah, I want to cover you up for a second, Josh.
Okay.
So this is the motion by Deadlite. Is that the panel or the string lights?
Well, this is the series of motion sensor models. So we have the motion by Deadlight covers the motion sensor panel and the motion sensor string.
Okay. So it's a series of stuff. So we're looking at the panel right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to send you a picture of I have a picture of the sensor by itself on the stand that I designed for that.
Okay, and we have found out that these are passive infrared sensors, but the range on them is very short. Like you have to be within like an inch, maybe
It's
two.
It's like 3 to 4 inches, but not just a hand will trigger it. It can be an object. I've had a ruler, a plastic ruler, pen, that kind of thing. If you're close enough, it will trigger.
Yeah, and what's strange is normally those things won't trigger it. These are other pictures he sent you. But here's another shot of it. It comes with a cover, like Josh says. It's got the sensors, and then it's got strips. And like we said, it has 4 independent sensors for each array. And I guess it's another thing that if it gets set off, it's anomalous. So here, let me deactivate this so we can see you real quick, and then we can go back and look at some other things. So if we have devices being set off, and this can this motion sensor thing can be set off too, you can infer things. It's passive infrared, so it's either really, really warm, it's warmer than the ambient temperature in the room, or colder than the ambient temperature in the room. We need to test that, but in theory that should work. So it should pick up really, warm bodies, set it off. It should pick up something that's way colder. But like you said, normal objects set it off.
Mm-hmm. So even like a ruler that would be roughly at room temperature.
I think it'd be colder. I think it'd be colder. We need to do some thermal surface testing. Mm-hmm. So if we test like an object that we're going to put in front of the sensor, and then do a ambient temperature check, and kind of compare them, that would kind of lead us to believe that that's why it's setting it off, because it's either hotter or colder than the regular air.
Yep. And if you do it with your hand, it's hard to set off just one.
Mm-hmm. It's really well made. It looks cool, and the best thing about it, I don't know if you mentioned it because I wasn't listening to every detail because I was trying to get things set up, but it's to eliminate false positives. The short range is meant to eliminate the false positives that you would get from normal motion sensors.
What is the cost on that, Josh Bender?
That's a good question.
This is new shit, guys. It's new shit.
It's new stuff. I have 2 out in the field being field tested by others currently. I do have 2 motion sensor strings. The motion sensor string is 5 sensors, 5 strings, and you'll get a battery pack with it. Of course, with the the wall charger to charge that battery pack. It is the these cool little 12-volt talent cell battery packs. They have long life to them, and you get one of these with it. And the motion sensor string is a little over 15 feet long, and they are $140. The motion sensor panel is probably going to be between $80 and $100.
So that would be this thing.
Yes, the motion sensor panel.
Did Brandon make the little motion sensor promo graphic that I see here?
Yeah.
Okay. So the sensor that we're looking at now, that's for the string of lights. Does he have an actual photo of the string lights that go with the sensor that we can show them?
I don't.
Okay. So
I only have the video from the very first one that I built down the hallway.
Well, if you can find that on your phone and send it to me, we could show that. But what we're seeing now are the K2 holders that you 3D print for folks in the paranormal. Like this one's for Twisted.
Yep, I did those for Twisted, and I have one right here. This is glow in the dark filament, and I put IPR for Interstate Paranormal Research. That is Antonio's group. But it does say Deadlite on the bottom, and put your K2 down in there, and it's a nice stand that holds it at an angle so you can see it, put a camera on it, whatever. But it'll also slide out, and it has a tripod adapter on the bottom so you can put it on a tripod there. The K2 doesn't fit tight in there. It's a little bit of a loose fit so that it doesn't mark up the K2. And there's a little magnet in there. We love magnets. So once these get a little bit of use to them, they can slide easy instead of leaving it so that they can just fall out if you pick it up. There is a magnet that kind of holds it a little bit to keep it from sliding out. So just a simple little stand for those that still use K2 meters.
I like the IPR logo on that, how it's a separate print that you put on it.
Mm-hmm. It was a little difficult. It was just another challenge for me to get everything lined up correctly and then glue that on there so that when they do glow in the dark, the IPR stands out. And I will again send you. Have a picture of them. There's one.
I bet that's really cool.
One just by itself.
Okay. Oh, that is cool. We'll go back to here. Look at that. Okay, folks, if you use K2s, this is probably a must-have. These are probably not that expensive.
No, they are $15 plus the shipping, and shipping costs suck right now, so it's probably $7 or so.
I don't even like using a K2, but I might just use it just because of this.
But I mean, this is just kind of the beginning of making things like this. So if you have a piece of equipment I know Brandon has something new that he just got that he wants me to design a holder for so that it will stand up. I think it's some kind of, I don't know if it's an EMF meter or what it is, but it's shaped like I think it's the PK meter from Ghostbusters. It has the two little gray arms that come out.
Oh, I've seen that.
He has one of those, and he wants me to build design and build a stand for it so you can stand it.
I saw one on Facebook. It must be the one you're talking about.
Could you make one for an EMF meter?
Yeah, if I have the meter, I can take measurements off of that and get it.
Was that a question from chat, Missy?
No, that was a question for me.
Oh, which EMF meter are you talking about?
Well, like the ones that we use, the ones that we carry around with us all the time.
Well, the Mel meters have stands built into them.
But that would be better because
it's not a personalized stand. That's what she means.
Right. And
we need personalized stands. Well, people paint the front housings of those, and I would just have Josh paint ours to have Deadlight and Interface Death graphics on the housings to them. That would look rad. We need to do that. Sure. Maybe when we come down, you can mess around with it.
I mean, that would be something that we could do quick. I mean, if you want to come down and build a light together, you would need a lot more time than that. But
no, I'm not. Fuck that. We got too much time or too much shit to do. We got to eat steaks and shit. Fuck that.
Yeah. Reverse seared steaks and lobster tails.
Missy's not eating steak.
You have to if you come to my house.
Yeah, if you don't eat steak, you are banished.
Are you prepared to do some Reiki?
You need to get some stuff figured out, man. What's up, Timothy Jackson? Thank you for watching. What's going on? I
sent that video. It's a 45-second video. It's an old one. It's actually right after I built that early last year. It's just down the hallway that kind of shows.
Yeah,
picks up the motion.
It gives them an idea of it.
Mm-hmm. And I can do different colors. I did multicolored ones for the two that I recently sold, but any of them can be activated at any time. They're not in series, so any of them in the middle, any of them can be activated any time. It doesn't have to be one before the other or anything. They're all individual.
I like how they go off quickly.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite thing about them.
Yep, I set the timer on them, and some of them, the adjustment on them is very finicky. So it's a very fine adjustment. So I have them set. I actually activate them when I'm testing it, and I set a timer. So as soon as I activate or trigger the sensor, I hit the timer, and I have them shut off, but anywhere between 3 and 5 seconds. I can't get them any closer than that. So they're pretty consistent, but I mean 3 to 5 seconds. It's pretty close. I wanted them to turn off quick so that they could be activated again.
Nice. Chrissy tried to call me. What do you want, girlfriend? Yeah, man, that's something that's definitely useful, I think, for hallways, for a room, especially a smaller room. I think it would be cool if you have a hallway and you have some EDI pluses, REM pods, what have you, kind of lining, periodically. You can kind of use that to see if they go off as other devices go off. I think that would be very interesting.
I just sent you another one because I don't think, well, it's on the Deadlite page, but one of the cool features that
You sent me another.
Yeah, it's that one of my favorite hydro dipped.
Oh, okay. I thought it was another video. Yeah, we'll check these out.
Christy said she accidentally dialed you.
I saw that. So this right here, guys, to get a custom hydro dipped paint job like this is just ridiculously cool. I mean, no one is alike.
Yep, I don't even know how they're going to turn out until I pull them out of the water. So I can use the same 3 colors every time, and it'll look different every single time. So that's pretty neat. They're kind of makes it a one-off, one of a kind light.
Yeah, that is really cool.
I do custom colors too, but the hydro dip is a $20 feature because of the extra steps in the prep and everything. It's
that for $20 that's stupid. I don't know how you do that. That's crazy.
Custom colors too. I did a couple lights for a veteran, and this is as per his specs, I was able to create. This is one that he recently got. The other one was new.
Oh, this is the one for PI or whatever it's called. GI.
Yeah, GI paranormal. Yep.
I like the Claymore. The Claymore one is cool.
I'm setting that one right now.
So the stars that you see on the back of the battery cover, it's normally just circle holes, but he did stars for that. I thought that was a really nice touch.
Yep, so that one's 60 watt, a full spectrum, blinding full spectrum.
So if you're into the military, check this out, guys. He's got a Claymore one that says, wait. Let me get back to it. Yeah, front towards enemy. That's hilarious. That is cool.
Yep, that was another one of my favorite. There's quite a few now that were really cool. It was hard to put in that box and send it away.
So what I requested and I haven't got yet was a Necro with a transparent acrylic top that. Well, I know why he doesn't do this, because he doesn't want to expose all the stuff inside. I want it like a PC case, like an acrylic top, so you can see through it and have RGB inside of it, to where it looks like a gamer PC. That would look sick. That would look so cool. 100% acrylic housing would be cool too. I would love that with RGB inside. Yeah, that's what I want for Christmas. That's what I want for Christmas.
Because he said she really likes that, and Heath said those are freaking awesome, Josh.
Yeah, they are.
Heath.
Yeah, I think what sets Deadlight apart from all the illuminators that I see is a few things. The build quality is unmatched. Josh does not release a product that is not up to his standards, and Josh's standards are high as it comes. He's really anal, and he's constantly innovating and making things better and better. He cares about what you're getting, and it keeps him up at night, thinking about how he can make things better. If something happened that, was faulty or screwed up somehow, he's constantly trying to fix anything that could pop up. But besides that, the customization, paint jobs, features, we haven't got into, the features that kind of have popped up over the years. But we can if you want, Josh. But the customer service is the best thing, and we're going to talk about why. You message Josh to order your light. You talk to the guy who builds them to get you the light that you need for the application you need for the camera that you have to fit the needs that you have. And that's when the different features come in. Do you need dual power? Do you need pathway lighting? Do you need this or that? You're talking to the builder, and he's going to make the light to fit your need. And if it ever breaks, LEDs burn out, what have you, he fixes it for free. You just send it to him, he fixes it, he sends it back. There's no one else out there that does that, and he immediately gets back with you. There's no week-long wait to get customer service. It's like within probably what, Josh, 6-8 hours tops that you can respond.
I don't think I've ever let it go that long, unless somebody messages me in the middle of the night, which I do get messages at midnight, 1, 2 sometimes. But I usually message back by the time I get to work. So
yeah, there's a few times early in the morning that I see you get messages, and I'm like, oh, he might be up tower or something. So at least try to message to let him know that we see it. But if it's later in the day, that I know that you're probably not up tower or whatever, I know you'll get to it pretty quick.
Yeah, even if I'm up tower, if I'm taking a break or something like that, I'll be able to message back.
Nice.
But usually it's only usually within a few hours, unless it's in the middle of the night.
We got Spirit Stalker. Hello. We got Timothy Jackson.
Adrian Clayton.
Are these new faces that we're seeing?
Yeah. Sam invited them.
Oh, thank you, Sam.
Awesome, Sam.
I thought it was the beards. We'll just say it's the beards.
I did have a comment about that earlier in the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Missy's not on camera. She doesn't have a beard yet.
My beard looks like peach fuzz compared to Josh's still. I guess I'm just gonna have to be patient and let it just grow.
I'm gonna have to put myself on mute because I want to say something.
She's gonna say something
about myself, not about you guys.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, if it's bad, we don't want to hear it. So,
Timothy
what?
Jackson said, "I'm new here. You guys are freaking awesome."
Hey, you're awesome too because you're here. So thank you. Seems like you good. Hell, I'd love to have Josh's beard as well. It's pretty badass. There you go, man. You're making friends.
Don't sell it.
You don't sell the beards. Now, if you want a beard on your light, I'm sure he can figure that out somehow.
Yeah, sometimes it's an accident.
As many hillbilly corkscrews as Jess picks up on a daily basis, I'm sure she can erase that.
Josh is painting the light, and he's like, oh no, some got stuck in there. What will we do? We'll just leave them. It makes it more authentic.
I'll pick it out.
Pick it out. Heath has beard envy. It's a thing.
Just let it grow, Heath. Just let it grow.
Some people just, like, I barely can grow a beard. This is like, I mean, it's thin right here. It drives me crazy. It's thin up here. It drives me crazy. I just wish it would grow through thicker, but hey, I can't do nothing.
Let it go.
No.
Eric's is getting there.
Yeah, Derek has a pretty good beard. He does. I mean, to have the biker Santa Claus length is probably the ideal what you want. Justin, you never had a beard like that. No, I haven't. I haven't even had goatees this long. This is as long as I've ever had it. And I don't like it. Every time I eat, I can't believe we're talking about beards now. It's my fault. Every time I eat, it feels like I put glue on my face, rolled around in like hair, like at a barbershop floor, rolled my face on a barbershop floor, and now it's like everything's saturated with everything that I eat, and it's how do you put up with it? I can't handle it.
It happens sometimes.
It happens every time I put something in my mouth, and Josh has got more hair around his mouth. Like I try to trim this like short, and you can see I got a lot of bare skin here, and it still feels like it's everywhere. It's bad. It is real bad.
Here, I got a shake last week, and he got Cool Whip all in his beard. And I swear, I laughed at him for 20 minutes in the middle of the grocery store, and he's like, "What are you laughing about?" And I'm like, "Go to the bathroom, clean yourself up."
Way to go. She waits how long to let him know. At least Jess tells me right away. She'll be like, "Hey, you need to clean that crap out of your beard."
Yeah, flavor saver.
Lisa
That's right.
Peters just jumped on.
Yeah, I saw that. What's up, Lisa? I guess it's only because Josh is here. She don't come to say hi ever anymore. That's what it is. Our beards got to combine together for Lisa to grace us with her presence.
It's like crossing the streams.
Yeah, the facial hair has to reach a certain level, and then Lisa gets a notification on her phone, and then she's like, "Okay, I think I might want to tune in now." She's like, "What have I done?" You get used to it after a few years. Trust me, I have the same problem, but at least your face is nice and warm in the wintertime. I haven't had this in the winter yet, so I guess I got something to look forward to.
Where I work, it still gets cold.
But see, Justin's body temperature is still like 200, even in the middle of winter. So
it has to be cold for me to get cold. And I have to be completely still. If I do anything at all that requires, like, lifting something, moving something, putting any energy in anything, I'm instantly hot. Doesn't matter what it is. But anyway, back to Josh. So we had recently went to Gettysburg for the Battlefield Bash. You were caught up essentially on the orders, right? Until that point.
I only had a few left to build, and then right before Gettysburg, I got a few more orders, and then by the time Gettysburg was over, I was 2 months behind again. So I'm right at 2 months, which is better than 7, like it was before.
That's a long time.
But now it's not just lights. It's lights. It's motion sensor strings, motion panels. So it's a couple different things.
You gotta fix Anthony's shit.
Yeah, I gotta fix Anthony's stuff. Build rigs.
Yeah, you build rigs too. We do. He does camera mods. We've done those before, which involves swapping out lenses to zoom cameras that we use personally. A lot of people jumping on board with that. I think Keith Bailey is now on the Zoom train.
Yeah, I told him about he's getting the new Zoom Q8 4K version, and I told him about that, and I told him to reach out to you about the replacement, about getting it apart. I said, I remember you saying it was easy.
He could totally do it.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Root Grow? We're still on beard. The comments section is still about beards. Sam told me to try root grow. Have you heard of that? Do you want me to do your job for Lisa, or do you want to participate, Missy?
I'll participate. She said,
Okay.
"LOL, I love you both, but yeah, my bearded bender radar went off. But you're looking snazzy, Justin. Miss you both."
Okay, all right. Well, thank you. Long time no see, man. It sucks that you meet people online, you see them a few times in person, and then a couple years go by, and you're like, this sucks. You wish you could have like at least a few through the year where you could all your favorite people can kind of get together and just, hang out, do, Paracon's one thing, but if you could like have like an extended 2 or 3 days where you're doing all kinds of cool stuff, not just ghost hunting or whatever, but playing games, barbecuing, whatever, I think that would be cool, but that's wishful thinking.
Like a big party at a resort.
Right. In my teeth? No. No. So now you're about 2 months behind. Do you think that the new stuff that you're building, that's going to catch on and you're going to start getting busier with that stuff, or do you think it'll take a while for that sort of thing to get out? Because I'll tell you what, there's probably a lot of people out there that have a decent income that just want shit custom built, and I don't know too many people that offer that.
Yeah, I think it might. I know there's already has already been some interest, especially in the motion sensor string. It's not completely customizable like a light is, but you can choose from different colors. You can get all one color, you can get some of one color and some of another, and kind of personalize it that way. But I mean, I guess you could request a different color stand for the motion sensor. I'm gonna this is the kind of the new improved version of the very first one that I built. A customer had come to me, said he couldn't find anything like what I built, and so I took his specifications and put something together like that. And of course he loved it. It was exactly what he was looking for. And I decided to offer that. And I hadn't built any more until right before Gettysburg. I kind of revamped it a little bit. I changed it a little bit as far as the tubing that I use, and his sensors. I had printed out a little thing on it that had a 1/4-20 tripod adapter on it, and he bought little tripods for it to stand up. So I designed stand for it to sit on. It sits at about 45-degree angle and just sits on the floor. So a little bit of a difference between the very first one and these new ones. I'm still going to be looking at doing something a little different with the stand, maybe. Don't want to go, too far with it as far as, the build time. It's pretty easy to, print out the stands and just mount the sensors on the stand, and I do kind of want to clean it up a little bit. So we'll just see how long it takes to, put something like that together, because I already have to pull it apart and adjust the sensitivity, and I adjust the timer, the delay, how long it takes for it to shut off. It will stay on if it keeps detecting motion. So as long as when it's triggered, if you're still moving in front of it, then it's going to stay on. And then after it doesn't sense any more motion, then it's 3 to 5 seconds after that it'll shut off.
What would be cool for all the stuff that you make, to have a universal data logger that you could plug into any of this stuff? Wouldn't that be cool? Because, you have to figure out how you're going to incorporate the data logger into the... We haven't talked about the battery tester, which we probably should. That's a whole new thing that we kind of introduced at the Bash this year that kind of definitely caught the interest of a few nerds out there. But what I just now thought of this. Do you think it's possible to have a data logger that's capable of at least recording some data of anything that you make? Like, I wonder if there's a Raspberry Pi or some kind of board that could do that. I bet Paul Browning would know.
Like the Arduino board, I'm sure if there's multiple inputs for it and it's coded to read certain triggers like that, they would all have to be plugged in through that in order to log that data. But as far as a universal data, your equipment would also have to have some kind of plug-in in order to send that signal to the data logger. And there's a lot of equipment that does not have anything, anything like that.
So your mother just liked the stream, so she's watching.
I have a question. Timothy Jackson wants to know, what's the battery life on your sensors that you have for sale?
Well, the motion sensor string that runs on these Talent Cell batteries, you could probably get, because they're normally off. So your power drain or the load coming or the load pulling off of the battery, the only thing that you normally have is just to power the sensors, and it's just kind of sitting there waiting to be triggered. And then once it's triggered, then of course it powers the LED string. So most of the time those LEDs are off. So I would say that you could probably get multiple investigations off of one battery. And actually this one here has been sitting in my drawer for 3 or 4 years because I was doing some early testing with these, and I never charged it. And when I started making the motion sensor strings, it's always been turned off. I still haven't charged it yet, and it has, I don't know if you can see it or not, it still has three lights out of 5. Of course, it hasn't had any load pulling from the battery, but you could get, I'd say, at least a few nights out of it without having to recharge it. But, like most investigators, they want to have everything fully charged for, before an investigation. But yeah, you could easily get all night out of it. And the same with the motion sensor panel. It takes 3 18650 batteries, and when you do turn it on, it does light up one little blue LED on each motion sensor. But even then, it'll probably last multiple nights, especially if it's not being turned on. But the LEDs, they don't pull a lot of power anyway, so even if it would be a while before you come back to reset it, if you notice that it was on, I could still seeing it lasting a few nights.
Yeah, it has to, right? The 18650 batteries, if you use like 3500 milliamp hour batteries, we're talking a long time.
Yeah, you can easily get through a whole evening.
I think you'd get through like a lot of evenings.
Yeah.
It hasn't been tested yet, but dude, we power the I have a 60 watt, and if you put two 18650 3500 milliamp hour batteries in it, that's what, 3 hours, Josh, for a 60 watt?
Two and a half, 3 hours on a 60 watt at full intensity.
At full intensity. So those little LED lights that would only come on periodically, if that, your batteries would probably just corrode and die of old age before it would run out, probably.
Brandon Johnson just said they had their panel running for a 5 hour event, and it ran perfect.
Oh, the little panel thing.
Motion panel, yeah.
Yeah, Brandon, definitely let us know. Don't charge the batteries. Definitely take them out when you're not using it. Everybody should do that, by the way. If you're not using your equipment, take out your batteries. But don't ever charge them and see how long it takes for them to die. I mean, you could test them to see if it's going to make it through your investigation. But help us out.
Turn them all on. Just let it run and see how long it does. I'll probably do that with the next one that I build, or when I build Brandon's and get, because he has mine my display that I built until I built his built, but he can charge his batteries and just activate them all and just let it run and see what happens.
All right. Do you want to talk about the battery meter?
Sure, I can. I have one here. I have to go get it. It's in the paint booth.
Yeah, the battery meter is, once we get the data logger coupled with that, it's going to be amazing.
Spirit Stalker said that damn devil in the background needs a big heavy shirt because his abs are tempting, and I'm going straight to hell.
I guess some chicks dig abs. That's a thing, right?
I guess.
I know abs on girls really isn't like a super important thing, I guess, that I think about, but she must be really into abs if she's looking at cartoon Baphomet abs and liking it. She must be really into it. Of course, if it had like triple D rack, I would be into it too, but it doesn't.
Timothy Jackson asked, have you ever field tested any of the products that you create? And when was the last time you tested it firsthand?
Can you read that again or repeat that?
Yeah, he said, have you ever field tested any of the products that you create? And when was the last time you tested it firsthand?
We haven't tested the battery meter. We didn't get a chance to do that, but I have. Kenny Biddle has one of them. He's going to try, which it's that one being tested. I don't know. It would. I don't know. It's so simple that I don't think it really needs to be tested. It just works and I'll explain it to you how. I mean, it's very, very simple. The motion sensor panel, I have 2 of those out in the field being tested by other teams, and the motion sensor string, I've tested it at home a little bit. Of course, it wasn't triggered or anything. So, very first one was the first one that was the beginning of last year, and that was tested out in the field.
Also, Brandon, if you're still watching, let us know if any of your infrared illuminators set off any of those passive infrared sensors on the panels, because we had a claim that is a thing, but I couldn't replicate it at the bash.
Yeah, we tried it, and I even tried keying a microphone on a walkie-talkie. It does not set off the motion sensor panel sensors, the close proximity sensors, but it will trigger the sensors in the motion sensor string. But you have to be really close. You have to be almost on top of it to, for that walkie to trigger that sensor. And that works. Those sensors work in the day or night. It doesn't have to be either or. They work in the day or night.
Timothy, the lights that Josh makes have been thoroughly tested. I know that much. But as far as this new stuff we're talking about, they definitely need to be somewhat field tested. But Josh does bench testing of all of his stuff before he sends it out to people as much as he can.
I leave them on the bench and just leave them on and walk away. And just let them go and see. And I try to see what what different things will trigger those motion sensors, and I definitely test them before they're sent off. But the
Go ahead,
the
Missy.
motion sensor panels, the two motion sensor panels that I have built, I have not sold. Those are just out in the field being tested by two different teams.
Becky says she doesn't have a video recorder.
Yeah, she sent it to me to repair, and I was see the thing with the Zoom Q2Ns, you have to be very careful. Their biggest flaw is the micro USB port being broke when you're externally powering it. So if it's bumped, it can break and come off of the circuit board. I have successfully repaired one so far, which ended up breaking again, so I have to fix it again. But I was able to successfully reattach it to the circuit board and get it to be fully functional again. So I tried hers, and unfortunately, I was unable to get it to work again, because when the port broke off of the circuit board, it took the contacts off of the circuit board too. So I tried to reconnect it and was not successful. Now it still can be used, but you have to power it with batteries, and they don't last very long in the Zoom.
Matt Benton claims that they last, if you use lithium-ion batteries, they last a long time.
Really?
That's what he said.
I've never seen them last that long with that. But I mean, it's still an option. It can still be used. You just end up changing.
So Becky, why aren't you using it with regular batteries, huh? Why aren't you doing that?
I still have the camera.
Oh, you still have the camera. How long have you had that thing?
A while. She sent it, and I told her I would get to it as soon as I could. But I did. It was just a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago maybe. I tried to. It doesn't take much to take apart. It's just kind of just real small screws, and there's a lot of stuff to take out of there to get to that port. But Anthony has a few that are broke that I need to fix, so I'll get some practice with those, and hopefully I'll be able to get those back and up and running.
She said she broke it because she's Thor. Oh my God, now the only USB port I broke is on my Tascam, and that's because I put a big power brick hanging off a tripod on it, and it fell.
Yeah, we haven't broken any Zoom Q2Ns.
I'm paranoid. I'm super careful, and but they are easy to break if you put the wrong amount of directional pressure on them. Yay. So do you want to talk about the battery tester?
Sure. I have it right here. This one is the double A's.
The brick.
This is the one that.
Can we call it the brick?
Sure. This is the one that I still have to work on, but because the meter comes on and it only shows a battery meter, it doesn't measure all the things that it's supposed to measure. So on the back, your test batteries would be double A's. This one's for double A's. You would put 4 double A's in there, and also it takes a 18650 battery. So when your battery power gets below 3 volts, this digital meter needs at least 3 volts to run. So there's a button on the top to power it with the battery, the 18650 battery, so that it can continue to monitor the double A's as they continue to drain. So there's no double A's in that one, so it's this one. So this one isn't monitoring any double A's because there's none in there, but it will turn on the meter on the bottom, not the top, because I
can you hold it on the other side? The chat's blocking. There, thank you.
So you can kind of see the
Darren's
meter there.
Being driven crazy about the peel still being on there.
I'm not taking it off. I'm not doing it.
No.
But it's not powering the top meter because I don't have double A's in it to show show the voltage or to monitor the voltage. But it's very simple. The only drain on the batteries is there's a little LED in the top meter, and of course the meter itself, and then the bottom meter to power that. So that's your only drain. So it lasts forever. I powered this bottom one with an 18650 battery, and I shut it off after 24 hours. It was still going strong.
The reason I was going to say, Becky, the reason I had Josh build that is because I've had batteries drain on me constantly, and I'm pretty strict about testing all my batteries before, taking them out of the package brand new, testing them, making sure they're full, and putting in my stuff, and yet they still drain. So that's why that exists. She said when. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Josh.
Oh, so when I built this, it's very simple. That's all it does is monitor battery voltage. That's all it's used for. So you would put a camera on this and monitor it to see if, since the batteries last so long, if you would have an instant drain where they would go dead, your camera would catch it. And you would also, it's another piece of equipment that you would also want to have, recorders and other things monitoring the area. I'm looking to advance on this. I do have someone helping me on that because I can't write code. So hopefully I'll be able to advance this, and you won't have to put a camera on it if you don't want to. It'll just log the events if there is any. And then you'll be able to extract those and compare those or cross-check those with your recorders to see if that timestamp, if something happens on your recorder or on your camera or whatever. But they should not drain. It should last days. It shouldn't just die in a few hours. So. But very simple. There's nothing to it. I've only built two. There's Kenny Biddle has one that he's out there. He's going to be testing just to play around with. I haven't sold any of those. But the other thing was the video light that I designed and made for Justin.
Is that my cue? Hold on.
It's your cue.
Let's see if it's still in this case.
Jared said, "Yeah, Josh, pull that shit off, dude."
No,
he's not doing it.
I had somebody try and tear it off my meter at work, my multimeter. Work today.
You smacked their hand.
Yeah, they didn't. They were not successful. I've had that meter for almost 13 years, and it still has the film on the display.
That's dedication, dude. I'm getting the light, Josh. Bear with me. I'm trying not to spill this everywhere. I have it in my.
I am working on a new 20-watt Necro. I'm working on making it smaller because right now it's the same size as the 40-watt, and it's to be smaller. So I'm working on a version of the 20-watt.
Here it is, folks. There it is. It's a cube. It's a cube.
It's externally powered only. That one is 20-watt white.
Oh, that's sick. You can see the background through the LEDs. That's pretty cool.
I actually have pictures when I took inside the house and
got vents
with and without the diffuser.
That's where you power it. 5 volt or 8.4 volt.
That would just be 8.4. I mean, you could power it with 5, but it's not going to be very bright. It's going to be.
I'm just
dim.
saying,
So
you could if you wanted to.
If you're wanting to do a really dim shot somewhere, and you wanted really dim, and you could use 5 volt.
I'm trying to see if I have. I'm going to see if I have a power supply anywhere near here. Well, I have this cable. I have this battery. See if I can find a cable.
So this one is, I believe, that's without the diffuser.
You know you're a nerd when you have batteries and cables and lights all around you, just at arm's reach.
So first one is without the diffuser. Second one is with the diffuser.
Okay. Let's see what we're doing here.
This is all outside to show the wide open area.
Let's skip to it real fast. Oh, so that's with diffuser, without
that's without, okay. Right there. Because you can see
tell how
more in focus though.
It's more even. That's got brighter in the middle. Bright enough.
So that one,
I'm gonna plug this in, Jarsh. Oh my God! Why did I do that? Jesus Christ! I'm so don't do that. So you can dim this down. You can brighten it up. It's got a potentiometer on the back. And dude, I still see 4 spots. So it is super freaking bright. It impressed the shit out of me at Indiana State Sanatorium when we went. And that's just to even out the light for indoor use. But man, that sucked. Yeah, I hit that button and it was like this. And that's all it took. Damn it. That sucked.
Everything's blind now?
Yeah, it sucked.
And that was just a prototype also. There's some...
Dude, it's 3D printed, but it's so sturdy. I mean... Mm-hmm. There is no give anywhere.
I like how the diffuser fits on there. Of course, it's magnetic.
It looks great. It looks
cool on there.
I still don't have diffusers for my demon, and I'm like, dude, this looks so cool.
Yeah, there's new diffusers for the demons. Those are also 3D printed. We tested those. We field tested those at Indiana State Sanatorium, and we were able to pick one that I think works as good, if not better, than the.
It's definitely better. It's brighter. Yeah, it's brighter.
And diffuses really well. So the demons from now on will have the new diffusers with the frames.
It's not just night vision, folks. You can get regular light. You can get colored light, like red, blue, whatever, green, if you wanted. He can do that. Full spectrum lighting, UV lighting, infrared lighting. And the Necros that he makes, you can have combinations because you can turn off arrays on and off.
That particular one right there is for the time being. That one is externally powered only. So with the same external battery holder that comes with all the lights, all the other lights, will come with one of those.
I mean, look at this. It's plenty bright enough. It's nuts.
Then the other one should be with the diffuser.
Yeah. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Yeah, it's definitely brighter. Hold on.
Darren Smith said, I don't have a Deadlight, but I do own a diffuser for one.
He does?
He has a demon diffuser. Somebody left one.
Really?
It was probably Anthony. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would say.
Aaron will have a Deadlight. As soon as he gets a camera, we will pair him with a Deadlight.
Yep. Sell some of your crystals, dude. Buy a camera rig. For God's sake.
He's been getting out more to other locations, and I think he has some other ones planned, so he needs to...
For sure.
Get him a camera, and I'm going to get him a little setup.
Do what the pirates did, cover one eye so you can see in the dark.
They're still
Nice.
making fun of you because you shot yourself in the eye with the light.
Give me hell because I felt completely dumb.
Timothy Jackson said, talk about self-blinding. Now that's funny as fuck. He said, it's like a gun. You never point a bright flashlight or any other lights in your face.
I haven't tried that 20 watt with IR yet. I haven't tested that out, but that might be a good one.
You made made one of these as IR? Oh.
No, not yet. Not yet.
You mean the 20 watt?
I did have a request for one of those, which doesn't have a name yet. One of those prototypes with the with UV.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to
I want to see what this looks like with hallways.
Yeah, that's since it has the flat face, it should cast, and without the diffuser, it should cast down a hallway pretty well.
Yeah, Becky, some people just use regular light and cameras when it's dark.
Well, Becky said that they went to Lake Shawnee. It's like an amusement park. It used to be an amusement park. And she said that you should go there and take your mom.
Take my mom.
I don't know how she'd get around there, but
she just got a buggy. She just got a buggy. She's got a little scooter, electric one.
Yeah.
They had, I think it was Marshall University. They did a dig there, and they found a lot of skeletons. I guess it was believed to be Indian burial ground.
Yeah, I've wanted to check it out, but I just haven't. There's a lot of places in West Virginia I haven't been. The only place I got to go check out was Greenbrier County, where Josh lives. Of course, that's the location where the Greenbrier ghost is known to be.
Darren said
you were in Moundsville too.
Darren said, I'm working on it. It's not a money thing. I just got a lot going on and can't remember what I'm doing half the time.
Oh, it's going to be a money thing. You're going to need $500.
Becky said they exhumed 30, and there's 3,000 potentially still in the ground.
What the fuck? Do they know anything about the remains, like how they were buried? Was it like a mass grave? Can you infer anything about why they were buried there or who they were? That's weird.
I think didn't they name it Shawnee because of what tribe of Indian it was?
Well, Shawnee, that was the tribe that basically roamed the land there. Anything south of the Ohio River is basically Shawnee.
She said yes, they know a lot. Marshall University did it.
I'm going to have to research that to know more because that's an awful weird. So, do they know Native Americans or is it regular folk? It's a 4-hour trip. Not sure about that. Sounds neat though. So,
most exhumed were children.
Most exhumed were children. I'm thinking like an orphanage or something, right? Huh.
I think there were only a couple deaths from the amusement park itself.
Bell said he'll be testing the Deadlights at the Indiana State Sanatorium in October. She said he has photos. One skeleton is 2,000 years old. Disease, I think.
That's definitely dating back to the Adena culture, at least. Huh. Are there any mounds down there, Josh? I don't think I've heard about any.
I don't think there's any mounds. There was a lake. I don't know if it's man-made or not, but then of course there's the Ferris wheel still there, and swings. different carnival things are still there.
Ferris wheel's still there. She has pictures of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There is this thing with swings. There's a Ferris wheel and a couple other dilapidated structures from what I saw.
A pond.
It would be hard to investigate.
It's a pond, not a lake.
It'd be outside locations like that are hard to investigate, but still cool to check out. I mean, as far as sounds and voices, there's probably not a whole lot you can do. Is it quiet out there, Becky? Do you know? Now you got us talking about it. We might as well ask all these questions.
She was there, so I mean, she knows.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, we could take your mom, and me and your mom could stand somewhere like.
Well, Mom said it's 4 hours away, and I think her limit was the Monroe house. That was about 3 hours from her.
Rest.
Stop and take a rest. Yeah, Mom, you got a scooter now. It's over. You should have never showed me that thing.
I have a truck, so.
Means knobby tires.
Yeah, we're going to give her some off-road tires.
She said it's West Virginia. It dies at 9.
Huh? What dies at 9? Oh, the sound. Okay. Well, I'm thinking about insect noises too. So I guess depending on
you would
what
definitely have that.
That's
what time
when
of
you
year.
go in like September-ish.
Unless you would
when
do
all the
like
bugs are dying.
Dead of winter, whenever you have that silence, because there is no bugs.
We're out there like Eskimos with Geiger counters. Where's the
not me.
ghosts?
I don't investigate in the cold.
He does, but he don't like it.
I don't like it. I have to work in it, so.
Lots of crickets.
That's why we got heated hoodies. I need heated pants. I need heated pants.
I'd rather not have to use those. I'd rather be sweating in the humidity.
We would rather be sweating, and Justin and Derek would rather be cold, so.
Not
Yep.
me.
Oh, yeah, we got off-road tires, Donna. We could get it done.
They probably make them, don't they, for electric scooters?
Yeah. Becky said, I'm covered in calamine lotion from mosquito bites. I'll go back.
Fuck that. I don't like dealing with that. If the bugs are eating
the
you.
cold sucks.
It does.
As long as it's not windy. Now, when you're sleeping in the cold, that isn't cool. Because both times I've slept at Prospect Place, it sucked.
Mama Donna, honey, she said many bathroom breaks, and I'm like, I'm all for bathroom breaks.
She is.
I don't even remember sleeping at Prospect Place. Did we sleep there? Yes.
Oh yeah. I definitely remember you.
That's when I was I was mad because of the I got some really good drone footage and it wasn't on my memory card whenever I had to look.
Yep.
So I had
And
to
you
wake
had to
up
do it
early
the
in the
next
morning. Yeah, which was totally different because the sun was in front of me instead of
It
behind
still
me.
looked cool, but yeah, it would have been cool if you got the sunset. I need to learn how to restrain from freaking out. Josh makes fun of me all the time when I get mad.
Yeah,
We
it's
took the car trailer.
it's tradition though.
You want me to do it at least once every time. See, the last time or two I haven't done it, and you were like trying to get me to do it or something. Oh,
The good one was at Old Licking County. Well, excuse me, Old Licking County Jail when you forgot your camera rig.
I remember being more mad at the Anchorage because the live stream.
Yep.
I don't remember the live.
I was super mad.
He looked just like him and Braylon mirrored each other. He was like, "Oh, I'm so mad," and
I couldn't get it started on time.
And Derek was like, I'm trying to help, and they're both fumbling around. And
The only thing I remember from the Anchorage is
Stairs.
eight trips up and down the steps just to get that time lapse, right?
I want to go to that little island out there.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do that. I want to do it.
I was told by a couple people that wasn't worth it.
Really? Huh.
Talked to Paranormal Quest about that. I
Darren
forget what
said,
it's called. But...
Darren said, yeah, my first time meeting Justin in person, and he freaks out.
Yeah. I just wear my emotions on my sleeve, dude. Okay? You guys don't know nothing. Inside, it's way worse.
So the next time we go out, Josh, I will just open one of the cases before I put it in the truck, and I'll take something out of it, and he can throw a fit.
Yeah,
don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah.
I'll take it out of the case and put it in my pocket, and then he can freak out, and I can pull it out of my pocket.
And you'll forget that you put it in your pocket. And
Justin's freaking out. Temper's rubbed off on me.
And you'll fall right on top of it in your pocket, and you'll break it. You're like, oh, there it is.
Be nice to me, Josh.
You can always point a gun at my head again.
Oh boy.
I don't even remember that.
I don't remember. You sound like one of those like murderers on Netflix documentary. I blacked out. You ever watch those, dude? It's so convenient that you don't remember doing that.
I don't remember anything about that night. I told you.
See, you shouldn't tell us that you don't remember anything, because me and Derek's going to take advantage of that. We're gonna prostitute you out. We'll have you, working overtime. Yeah, then film it live. There you go. Do live. I hate live streams during investigations. I'm sorry, guys. I know you want to see them, but I hate it. I hate it with a passion.
It's a lot of setup.
When it's the stuff that I do, it's hard. If I would just Facebook Live or just stream to YouTube with my phone, it'd be fine. But when you're trying to do something all fancy with what you got, it's not fine. It's not fun at all. It's not fun.
Any other questions, Missy, from
No.
your chat?
No, we were just talking about the cold sucks. Timothy said, now boys, be nice to the lady behind the sound equipment. She could very easily kill your microphone.
Oh. She can kill hers.
Now, everybody, my mom just sent me the scooter she wants to have, and they do have off-road tires. They have some tread, some little nubbies, but it's $5,300. So we have to raise $5,300 to get her this.
So she can go to Lake Shawnee.
Yeah. How are we going to get
I
this?
really want to go to the jail.
Well, I'm going up there December 3rd. Why don't you go then? Anthony's inviting us. There it is, Josh. Here. Make it bigger.
That one's awesome.
Could use one of those. Like a racing seat on it.
Yeah, it's pretty nice looking. How do they justify the price for that?
The battery. Batteries are so expensive.
$5,300 though, man. It can't have a
Tesla batteries like $30,000.
Jesus Christ. That's crazy to me.
Oh, that's crazy.
All right, well, Josh is on here. So if you have any questions for him, now's the time to ask him. Feel free to troll him. Do your worst.
I still need to have my 5-year anniversary giveaway. Still plan on having that this year.
Yeah, I saw that post. It's been 5 years. Oh, wait a minute. It's been 5 years next year, right?
This year.
Becky said they have a golf cart, and it holds at least four people.
Ooh. So, didn't I meet you at Higginsport School in 2017? Oh, that is 5 years. Shit. I'm stupid. I'm dumb.
Well, 5 years ago today, we put out the Waverly doc.
We did.
The first one, when Josh was walking around trying to find the potty.
Well, that wasn't a really documentary. I just put up just raw video.
Yeah, well, that was the first time we went to Waverly.
No one wants to see a documentary of us walking around a 30,000 square foot or whatever it is. How big is Waverly Hills again? It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Wasn't it 180,000 square feet or something like that?
Yeah, how many square feet is Waverly Hills? 180.
Oh, you took your own golf cart, Becky. Well, we need a golf cart. Can we use yours?
Just give us all your shit.
Yeah, probably rent it.
We'll take your broken camera too with us.
It'll come back fixed.
Oh,
Yeah, it'll come back with grass in it. You're welcome. Corkscrews and grass.
It's not fixed.
It's not fixed yet.
He said it's not as big as Tallow, but it's big.
I failed on that one.
Yeah, Waverly Hills is just like, when you investigate there, it's a workout. It's like you're going to exercise. So huge.
If you want exercise, you can run to the end of the tunnel and back up again.
That's killer, dude.
Mom said Baja Wrangler 2 mobility scooter. The word mobility makes it expensive.
Take mobility off of it.
Timothy Jackson asked, Josh, how old were you when you went on your first paranormal activity, either with a group or by yourself?
Well, I think I experienced it age, but officially I think it was 2004, 2005. Actually, back home in Pennsylvania, where I'm originally from, a friend that I went to high school with owned a bar, and eventually, after that, after he owned it for a while, my other friend from high school, the apartment upstairs above the bar, which made it extremely convenient, were drinking and then just going upstairs and going to sleep. But another friend of ours started talking to us about that kind of thing, and he was hanging out with an author that wrote a bunch of books on Gettysburg, ghost hunting, stuff like that, and a few excursions with her, and he was telling me about different things, and I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. He said we should try it, and then the friend that owned the bar, he was like, well, supposedly he was skeptic, but he said he had heard stories about the bar, about the building, and decided to try it out there after the bar closed. So we'd wait around till about 3:00 till we got the bar closed up and cleaned up and everything he needed to do, and then we started trying EVPs. That was the main thing. He had a camcorder, but it was the mini tapes that you put in, like the VHS adapter, and so we had set that up, and we had tape recorders. They weren't digital recorders; they were tape recorders, and that's how we kind of got into it. It's just kind of, they didn't continue to to investigate. I moved on to teams, and then ultimately moving down to West Virginia. I hadn't done anything in the paranormal for a couple of years until I, looked actively sought out a team to kind of join and see what I could find down here. And then I, through social media, met different people, connected with different people, and I connected with Holly Mullins, who became a very good friend of mine, and I joined her team. And that's how I ended up starting a podcast that I had for about a year. And Justin was one of my first guests. And, we kept in touch after I had him on the show, and eventually, getting with him and doing drone footage for a documentary he was doing, and I started talking about lights and things like that, and that's how Deadlite came about. That's how Deadlite was started. That's how the Necro was born, and all of this chaos that I am in now. It's all because of Justin and social media and podcasts, and that's how all that.
Once you go interface death, you never go back.
And then 5 years later, we have, a bigger shop, and
now he makes lights with bears.
Yeah, I have to now that the shop has moved out of the house. I have to scan the area for entering to the house, which is 40 feet to the front door, to watch out for bears, because they like to get in the trash. But we have a Ring camera, and we have a camera outside, and when I get notifications, look at those and see if the bears is there or not. Because I was sitting under the carport one evening, and Jess and I were actually, and the dog was going nuts, but she always does. And didn't think anything of it. Stood up to walk in the house, and that's when I saw the bear behind my truck. So it was only about 20 feet away. But it was, they're just kind of, normally they run. When we see them at work up on the mountain, normally they're already running. You're scared. But, the bears aren't usually, from what I read, aren't normally nocturnal. They become nocturnal to avoid people so that they can get in the trash and get food. So that's why we would normally see it in the evening. But we haven't seen it. We had the bear trap at our house, and it avoided the trap and our trash and got in the neighbors. It didn't get in ours, so the trap didn't work.
Sneaky.
And we haven't seen it, so I don't know if somebody shot it, or they say they can travel in a 20-mile radius. So it may be, maybe in a different area now, but it was pretty big. It wasn't huge, but enough to not want to get in a wrestling match or anything with.
Yeah, it was big enough, yeah.
Christy asked.
They could yell at it. You could yell at it and everything, and it didn't care. It would look at you and then just go back to what it was doing. And if you had enough, it would just kind of turn around real slow and walk away. The one night I got him, I caught it before it was in the trash, and I was yelling at it and everything. I was in the shop, and it just turned around real slow and walked away. And I didn't see it went, so I went out on the steps outside the shop and shined the light out, and it was just laying in the grass. And over in the neighbors, it was just laying there. It didn't have trash with it or anything. It was just laying there, hanging out. And after having the flashlight on it for a while, it slowly got up and went in the neighbor's trash. So, but we haven't seen it lately.
Christy asked, Josh, what's your favorite place that you've investigated?
It's a tough question because I like them all. There's always something about each one that it's pretty cool. Definitely Old Licking County Jail is definitely one of my top ones. Indiana State Sanatorium, because of the sheer size and variety that place has, with a little bit of danger mixed in it.
Might fall through the floor or the ground.
Yeah, and your buddy doesn't tell you about it, and you find out for yourself.
I told you about the ground, but I forgot to tell you about the floor in the spot.
I said, man, that floor. We're up on the second floor of the one building, and like, man, that floor is soft. He's like, yeah, I'm going to tell you about that.
I was totally going to, because it freaked me out when I stepped on it. I thought it was weird because you don't like fall through it fast. You kind of sink into it slow. And you're stepping on it, and it's like, what the fuck? It's weird.
And like, I really like Waverly and Eastern State Penitentiary, just for the photography, not just the activity, photography, and experiencing such a building like that. It was crazy, especially Waverly. It kind of has that really dramatic reveal feel to it, because you drive up and kind of through the short forest. All of a sudden, it opens up, and there's a building. Eastern State was really cool because just being in a city like that, it's basically down Philadelphia, and being able to, take photos and stuff like that. It's a really cool place to take pictures.
Christy likes a cemetery. Christy likes a cemetery out in Chillicothe. She wouldn't get out of the car.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Old Licking County Jail's up there. Indiana State Sanatorium is another one. Hillview Manor had some interesting experiences.
Dude, that was the place I thought that you had the most in recent past.
Yeah,
Right,
I had something similar in Old Licking County Jail whenever Anthony was there. Remember, I was going up to be with Anthony. He was up there alone and everything, and that's when I was going up the steps, and I felt like every floor I went to, just kind of added something, but like something was following me on every floor steps. But that was kind of similar to Hillview Manor.
Hillview Manor is weird, dude. Uh-oh, we're losing Josh.
We are.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you've been lagging here lately, and now your video is gone.
How did we not know that? Eddie Penn said I love Hillview, and it's only 30 minutes from my house.
I knew that. I knew that he lived close by there.
He had similar experiences at Randolph County.
Yeah, but I feel like Hillview, he had more.
Yeah.
Josh, can you at least hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, yeah, your video is no bueno, but
might be the internet starting to.
Yeah, it's
20 minutes left.
If you want to try logging off, logging back on, that might fix it. Or you can just tell Jess to stop using the internet, stop watching porn.
I tried here. I'll be right back.
Okay. But yeah, that was really cool that he got to experience some things. Josh usually don't experience much, but when he does, it's always a bonus.
He's back.
He is back.
How's that?
Better.
Yay.
We can see your face.
You're crystal clear now.
Cool.
Christy said, "Hey, you leave Jess alone."
I'm surprised she's not on the show trolling you.
She watches for a little bit, and then she'll end up getting off.
Uh-oh, you're kind of laggy a little bit again.
Oh, my.
Uh-oh. You were doing so well.
Yeah. That extender, maybe that extender is hot.
Is it hot? You're touching it?
No, it's in the house. I tried her in the shop, but it didn't pick up enough signal to work out here. It's plugged in the shop, so I left it plugged in the old shop, which is the closest point to where I'm at, and it was working really good.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Is it okay now?
I can still hear you. Your video is still kind of laggy, but it should be good enough for the remainder. I'm not doing nothing, Jess. Don't get on to me, Christy. Yeah. Eddie, am I freezing up too, or is it just Josh? Because I
noticed a little lag earlier, but I don't know if it's just because of my internet or.
All right.
I never noticed you locking up. Timothy said, "Same question for you too, Justin."
It's a hard one.
It's
a real hard one.
Yeah.
So, in order to answer that question, I have to ask myself, what do I like the most about, like, what is the idea of my favorite thing about a haunted location? It's kind of, I look at it like Josh. I like each one for different reasons. My newest favorite is Indiana State Sanatorium because it's so unique. It's in the middle of nowhere, Indiana. It's like a legitimate ghost town. It had its own power plant, water tower. It had its own hospital. It used to have its own fields. It was completely self-sustained back in its heyday. And the only thing that's left now is an admin building, the superintendent's home. There is a rest home there, and there is a psych hospital still there. And I have never been anywhere like it. There's so many different buildings and so much history there, and it's like you're watching a post-apocalyptic movie when you're there, but you're in it. And you can go to each building without going outside. It's got like tunnels, but they're not completely submerged. Half of it's up above ground, half it's below ground. It's got the morgue that's still there that you can check out with a X-ray machine and the tub that they use to clean the bodies with. It's super cool. It's got to be one of my newest favorites. An older favorite of mine is the Monroe House in Hartford City, Indiana. Yeah. As far as my favorite, it's hard to answer that. Yeah, I've been to so many places. I've almost been doing this for 10 years, and it's hard to pick a favorite. It's kind of like asking me who's my favorite child out of the three I have. You know what I mean? It's both of us. That's weird. That is strange.
So you have to be within 3.
Oh shit! Let me turn the volume off of this and see if I can see it. Huh? Boy, there's a delay on Josh's Deadlite page. Huh? That's weird. I don't know. But if you need some recommendations on where to go, let me know. Depending on where you're at and how far you can travel, we can definitely recommend some places. There's a place in Pennsylvania that I haven't been to yet that I may be helping a friend of mine film. We're not going to be talking about it until it's done. But next year, definitely be going. Hopefully I make it there before then, but I may not. They have snakes, Christy says. She don't like snakes. Yep, there's definitely snakes.
I don't like mice, and I don't like bats. But that's what Justin's armpits are for.
That sounded strange, but
I fit. I'm just tall enough that I fit right under his armpit. So if I see a bat coming, I'm under his arm.
I tell you what, if I was a marsupial, she'd jump in my pouch. Yeah, she doesn't like flying rodents and like bipedal or quadrupedal rodents or whatever you call them. She doesn't like them. She likes dead people and everything else, you know, spooky, but not little furry cute things. Not at all. But I what? Huh? What?
You kind of have to take that back because Derek is little and furry.
Yeah, but he is a human.
This is true, but
We're talking about animals. Well, little teeny animals, smaller ones.
Yeah,
furry ones. Furry ones. But like I was going to say, I've been trying to keep this show consistent as much as possible. I know there might be some Wednesdays that we may not live stream. We were going to do Darren this week, but we moved him up because we had a cancellation. So Josh is filling in next week. I don't think we have anybody scheduled next Wednesday.
Yes, we do. We have
Antonio. Antonio? Okay.
Yep.
I call him Anthony. I don't like calling him Antonio because that's weird. Knowing like 3 or 4 different names for the man is strange.
Right. But
the Italian guy.
I was trying to schedule it as, you know, as I got a guest, you know, let the show happen and then schedule another maybe.
Right. But I was going to do like different formats. I may, the ones we don't have guests scheduled, we may just do like the Friday show or the Paranormal Soapbox thing. I want to do shows like that, like on Necromancer. So next week I may do like a Friday, like the old Interface Death Weekly format, to where we do evidence review, tech reviews, paranormal news, stuff like that.
What would we go over this week?
Well, I know we have stuff to review we can do live from past investigations that are just sitting on my hard drive doing nothing. I have looked at a few things, but not looking through our stuff is like the most insane thing ever. Because like one investigation could be like a terabyte or more. Okay? It could be 2 terabytes. It could be 4, depending on where we investigated and how long. Okay? So that's a lot of video and audio to go through. It could take weeks and weeks and weeks to get it all done if I just did nothing but that. And that's what I used to do. I used to sit in front of these 3 monitors and just listen and watch shit that I already did. And it sucks so bad. But I did it. And sometimes we caught some really cool things. And I would put, edited content out there. But at least on the shows that we don't have guests scheduled, we can take a look at some of those things. There's some different things that I definitely want to take a look at from the Octagon Hall investigation that were interesting. And then there's some investigations after that we can take a look at. But I haven't looked at things in the paranormal news for a while. I don't know if there's anything interesting out there that's happened. I know there's a lot of UFO crap all the time. But
You want me to look?
A lot of Bigfoot sightings lately. Yeah.
Really?
I've been seeing a lot of posts about Bigfoot sightings.
Well, if you guys want to send me shit for next week, do it.
Sam Thomas said, that was a good show. I missed that show.
Yeah, it was. I like that show too. It was easier. Are we gonna
get Bill back on?
If he's well enough, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I want to have Bill on. If Eddie wants to come on, like our normal viewers, people we know that are into the paranormal that watch the show. If Becky wants to come on, I know Heath. I've never even.
I was gonna say definitely Heath and Eddie.
Yeah.
Outside of just messaging Heath, I've spoke to him. I've never met him.
Me either.
We need to get down to Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. I know it's a trek, but
yeah, Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. Shit. What's the other one down there in Virginia? St. Albans.
Allegheny.
That place, I don't know if it's worth it.
You have to collab with like 3 or 4 teams. I mean, it's like it's such an extreme amount of money to. It's like I don't know what it is now. Years ago, it was like $1,750 for 10 people with insurance.
Wow.
Yeah, you had to get their insurance? That's what drove the price up.
Yeah, if you don't have your own.
Wow.
I don't know what type you need, but
I think you have to get either you have to be bonded or it's some type of insurance. I would say that you would just have to be bonded.
I don't understand all the other places. You just sign a waiver and get injured. That's
they must have got sued at one point, and they said screw that.
Maybe.
Because sometimes when you do waivers, there might be holes in the waiver. Josh, you're breaking up. No.
Yeah. Can you hear me okay now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Next really important thing that's coming up is on Sunday.
It is? Oh, football?
Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Dude, I won't be able to. I think I have to watch that on my phone because my daughter has a softball practice at 1 p.m. You believe that shit?
I hope it gets rained out.
You hope it gets rained the practice?
Yeah.
And it's supposed to rain.
I know, man. The Steelers are not favorites to win that game. Everything I've seen from people in sports personalities and analysts say they're picking the Bengals to win that game, and it's not. That is a new thing.
It would not surprise me if they lost, but I wouldn't count them out for sure.
Timothy Jackson asked, have any of you guys been down here in Texas? And that question is for all 3 of you on the panel.
I have not.
I have not.
I've been to Texas for work. So I've been, I've flown into Dallas, and I have been in, we stayed in Brownwood, in Gulfweight. That was the name of the site that I was at. I was there a couple times, and I was also in Miami, which is spelled Miami, but they pronounce it Miami. And I flew into Amarillo and traveled. I forget where we stayed, what the name of the town was. We stayed when we were in Miami. I was there once, and I was at Gulfweight 2 or 3 times, I think. I don't think I was at any other Texas sites, but it was hill country, as they call it. Where I spent
you were
some time.
Just there to work on turbines, not for paranormal.
Right. Yeah, I didn't get to check out anything paranormal. I was just there for 2 weeks for work, and then flying home.
I've only heard about like haunted hotels and stuff in Texas. Maybe there's a few other sites, like some ghost towns or whatever, but I don't know a whole lot of information about that state. It'd be cool to check out, though.
Christy said, and then there's next Sunday.
I wouldn't count out any AFC North team.
Christy, we don't care about the Cowboys. Neither does anybody else, except for you and Aaron.
And maybe Timothy.
Yeah, so Timothy, the Cincinnati Bengals played the Dallas Cowboys next Sunday, not this Sunday. So that should be an interesting game. I'm wondering if how La'el Collins will feel playing his former team.
This is how Justin and I stayed connected in the time between being on my podcast and building lights was just kind of come back and forth whenever the Steelers would play. And back then it was normally the Steelers.
The Bengals.
Beating
the last two seasons before they went to the Super Bowl were horrible, and of course, the latter end of the Dalton era was not good. But even when they were good, the Steelers were still competitive.
I just saw the power rankings, and the Steelers are actually 23. The Browns are 21. So they don't have a whole lot of faith in the Steelers at all. I think the Bengals are number 5.
Yeah, I think they are. Something like that. We're above Kansas City, which is weird. Well, we did beat them twice.
Beat them twice last year. And
but barely.
For the AFC Championship game.
Dude, that had to sting. That had to sting, dude.
I hope it did. I hope it knocked them off the stool. Because I was rooting for the Bengals after I knew the Steelers weren't going to do anything. I rooted for the Bengals because they never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're a pretty good team. It was exciting to see them not win the Super Bowl. Yeah, if they would have won the Super Bowl, that would have been incredible. But they didn't, and I feel like
they should have.
They got robbed there at the goal line when they called Wilson for holding when there wasn't shit there, dude. There just wasn't shit there. But anyway, that's all. No, I just think that he did what he was trained and coached to do. He got flagged for it.
Chalk it up experience and try to do it again.
Yep, they have a chance. They do. We got 2 minutes left, Josh. Or anything you want to promote? You want me to here? I'll share the Facebook page. But boom. If you want to go check out Deadlite, there's his Facebook page.
You could message me personally. You could message the Facebook page. I do sell swag. I normally don't advertise it too much, but I do have shirts and hats. And soon I will have beanies again. We'll be doing beanies. But if you're interested in a shirt or hat or a beanie, we'll be putting an order in for beanies pretty soon. Just message me. Shirts are $20 plus shipping. Hats are this Flex Fit hats. They come in 2 sizes, and they come in two colors. One is the white like this. It's also glow in the dark. And the green embroidery is the other one. But they 2 sizes, small, medium, and a large, extra large are your 2 sizes for those. Those are $25 plus shipping. And the beanies, I think, are going to be $15 plus the shipping. So that's all the swag that I get. And I get that locally, so I'm supporting local businesses as well. It's a little bit longer of a wait because, like myself, he's the only one that does it, and he also works full time. So he can get a little behind at times, but he tries his best to get things out quick, and he's only 3 miles from my house. So that's really cool to have a local business like that to do the swag for Deadlight, and he does really good work. So if you're looking for team shirts, you can look up Crawley Print Shop Facebook. He does I think he did our Interface Death shirts also, and the hats and the
hoodies,
custom hoodies.
Yep. Well, man, I appreciate you jumping on.
No problem at all.
Thank you, Josh. I finally did it.
You get a cookie.
I wanted the shop to be done, but doesn't look like that's going to get done anytime soon. It's still chaos, but I can work out of it, and that's the most important part. So it's good to be out of the small shop that I had before and into this one, so I can spread out a little bit and have several workstations, work on different things. So hopefully that will speed things up a little bit, but quality stays the same, of course.
Yep, it's going to be pretty exciting to see it all come together.
And
all right,
we'll have a new promo coming soon.
Yeah, I'm waiting to start that, but someone needs to get on the ball with their interview.
The footage has been filmed.
It has?
I'm just awaiting the file.
So keep an eye out on the Deadlight Facebook page for that, coming soon.
Yep. And I will announce the 5-year anniversary giveaway pretty soon. I know I'm a little bit behind, so there may be a little bit of wait for the prizes. Not the swag that I'll give away, but I'll give 1 or 2 lights away, and I may have to wait a little bit for those, but they will be free. So
awesome. Thanks, man. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to go ahead and mute you guys, but just hang with me.
All right. Thanks.
Yes, thank you, everyone, for tuning in. You guys are awesome. Definitely check out Deadlight LLC on Facebook. The link is in the chat. You can check out interfacedeath.net right here. And you can check out our Patreon right there. We're on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the things, YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. Check out all of our video content on there. Definitely follow us on the socials. It's awesome. Patreon, thank you very much for the supporters you see on the screen. Without them, we definitely wouldn't be able to do these shows as consistently. I used to be able to do a whole bunch, but I haven't been able to in at least a year. But I'm trying to get back into it, guys. And the more you're able to support, the more I'm able to have an incentive to do it. But thank you guys for, the people on the screen that's been supporting us through all the hiatuses. And I greatly appreciate it. And that's where I'm going to leave it. You guys are awesome. We love you. Next week we may have a no guest, but we'll do like a different type of format show where we do paranormal news, check out some videos, check out some footage that we've recorded. We'll do some raw review, and we'll have fun. Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you then. We're signing off. Thank you for watching. You have a good evening. We'll see you next time.